We've never seen so many people cross this border ever in the dead of winter, in the severe weather. It's unthinkable why they would even try, and they are definitely putting their lives at risk.
They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, and the gangs, and the drugs. We're getting them out.
In the Trump era of American politics, immigration has never been far from the headlines.
And refugees coming into our country from certain countries.
But while most attention is focused on the US's southern border with Mexico, its northern border with Canada has emerged as the latest international immigration flashpoint.
Canada has put out the welcome mat for refugees.
Maybe we have better faith in the people we invite over.
Hundreds of migrants, many of whom have been seeking asylum in the US for years, are now making a perilous border crossing the other way, out of the US into Canada, out of fear of being jailed or deported by a Trump government. The Canadian town of Emerson, population just 650, has become the first stopping off point for migrants making that journey, seeking refuge in a society they perceive as more welcoming than Trump's America. More than 1,000 migrants have been caught making the journey by Canadian police in the first 3 months of 2017. That's more than the whole of last year.
We're driving south on 6th Street in the town of Emerson, and 3 blocks down we'll come to another dike, and the other side of that dike is the United States of America and the small town of Noyes, Minnesota, which a lot of the border jumpers have been crossing.
This is Doug Johnston, a local politician and a volunteer firefighter who's been helping the town deal with the migrants.
Normally both countries have respect, but the respect's gone out the window here.
And this is the actual border post.
This is the actual border period.
And so the folks who are coming in from the US, it's the fields behind you.
Sometimes, yes, and different fields they use.
In the middle of March, a large group of refugees, many of them from Somalia, were found sheltering from drastically low temperatures in an empty barn.
They were all found in this building here, 19 of them huddled in there with a 16-month-old child and a mother and a pregnant mother. We picked them up, put them in a handy van, and put them in our fire trucks, and then took them to the Canada Border Services Agency. This all took place in a storm, and they were lucky that somebody saw them. It's all just about trying to help people. Our choices are very limited. They have to be brought into the warmth. The government will deal with them at a later date when all the medical problems are off the slate, I guess.
We spoke to Mohammed from Mogadishu, who after being detained in Florida and set for deportation by a judge, managed to make it to Canada in late March.
What I was expecting was not like to detain or to jail me, to treat me like a criminal.
Saying his family back home have been threatened by the extremist group Al-Shabaab, he endured temperatures that can cause frostbite and death to avoid being deported.
Well, that journey was horrible. We were frozen. You can't feel your hand.
We've had fingers lost and frostbite and all kinds of things happen to these people.
In the winter, we can go all the way down to -50. When they're crossing into -50 temperatures, the thing is, we gotta worry about body parts being lost because your skin freezes in less than 10 seconds at that temperature.
This is Jackie Rayner, a cafe owner in Emerson, who understands the catch-22 many refugees find themselves in.
I would have grabbed my kids months ago and ran with the threats that they're getting from Trump in other countries. Like, they don't want to go back to where they're from. Trump's threatening them that they're all getting deported. You run.
However, local reception is mixed, with others such as Joanne Keeler concerned that without coming in legally, the required vetting needed to keep Canadians safe doesn't happen.
We don't want any illegal immigrants in our country. We don't know what their background's like or nothing. At least if they're processed, you know if they have a criminal record, you know if they're a good or a bad person. So, like I say, the legal way is the right way.
For now, with almost no barriers along most of the border, migrants are likely to keep coming to what they perceive to be a kinder society in Justin Trudeau's Canada.